Hello my lovelies! My name is Oslin and today I'm going to be filming my very late April wrap-up. So in the beginning of the month I read quite a decent amount, and then halfway through the month I started playing Animal Crossing New Leaf on an emulator and Animal Crossing New Horizons again, and it's like literally all I do with my free time now. I haven't been reading anything. I started filming a video like towards the end of the month and then so I took a week off because if I'm not reading then I don't know, I don't really have the urge to make videos, and I feel like I just only want to make videos when I want to make videos. So, but anyways, let me get into this month. So I read 7 books this month, totaling 2,634 pages. I did read one on my Kobo, so not quite the same page count, I guess, but you know. And I read one of them mostly. I listened to one of them mostly, but anyway, let's just get into it. So, the first book that I finished in April was The Night is Defying by Chloe C. Penaranda, and once again, I got the beautiful special edition with sprayed edges and like art inside of it and stuff like that. And again, very pretty map. Here's the art. My king. Oh my god. I love this book so much. It literally, oh my god, broke my brain a little bit. I had to just sit there and stare at a wall and cry for a good amount of time after I finished this book. So yeah, and the third one, the final book in the trilogy, comes out 2 days before my birthday this year, so very excited. It's so beautiful though. I can't wait to display all 3 of them. And as I said in my last wrap up, the third book in the trilogy is literally so beautiful. It was like it was made as a birthday present for me. I'm so excited. So also, I probably should have like said this at the beginning of the video, but I did my hair. But anyway, I would like to take a different approach to the way that I talk about my books in my wrap-ups. I feel like it's not that productive for me to talk about like my star ratings for books, because I rate like every book that I read between 4 and 5 stars. Like, if I'm not gonna rate it that much, I'm usually gonna DNF it unless it's pretty short. So, I mean, this one, the Nightfall trilogy, I have to read the last one. The plot twist at the end of this? Stop. But anyways, I think this is a God tier series. This book, this one specifically, I love this book. This one did suffer from some of the like proofreading issues that the first one had, but this one was indie published and then picked up by a traditional publisher. So I think that's an issue of Bramble not like re-editing the book before it's traditionally published, and they're just like pushing them all out. But I mean, I don't know, it didn't get in the way of my reading experience personally. It's just like something I noticed, and I'm sure that it would get in the way of some people's reading experience. But I love this book so much. The first book had like some trials in it. It was pretty focused around the trials in the first book. And I literally finished this book over a month ago. I'm filming this on the 8th of May, which is probably the same day that's gonna go up. But yeah, I literally read this, I finished it on the 2nd of April, so. But the plot of this one, I can't tell you really anything about it because I think it is best to go into this book as blind as possible. But the first book, we were following Estrella, who has amnesia. And like, obviously she doesn't know why, but she doesn't remember anything before 5 years prior to when the story starts. And she's living with a man in his castle. It's like kind of Beauty and the Beast vibes, a little bit, but not really. So it's really good. I think you should read it, personally. But I also don't have that much experience with romantasy or fantasy romance or whatever you want to call it, so maybe you don't want to trust my opinion. That's fine. So the next book that I read was Carrie by Stephen King. I went pretty in-depth with my thoughts on this one in my most recent 24-hour reading vlog, but I think for the average person, you would have a better experience experiencing this story through one of the movie adaptations than reading the book. I liked it, but I don't think that I would recommend it to the average person necessarily. Yeah, I don't know. It's Stephen King religious horror. And then next we have The Chain by Adrian McKinty. And I'm pretty sure I went pretty in-depth in my thoughts on this one in that vlog as well. But this one, if you haven't heard of The Chain, it's a pretty intense thriller. I'll just read the synopsis because it's like 2 sentences. You just dropped off your child at the bus stop. A panicked stranger calls your phone. Your child has been kidnapped. The stranger then explains that their child has also been kidnapped by a completely different stranger. The only way to get your child back is to kidnap another child. You are now part of the chain. So obviously it's really scary, and I thought the first half was really good. I don't know why, like, the pacing and the execution of the second half just was not it for me. But the first half was perfect, like, so good. It just kind of lost me in the second half. And the sucky thing is, like, the second half is more about, like, the origins of the chain, and I wanted that. I don't know, I didn't like how it actually came out. So next up we have next 2 books in the Chestnut Springs series, the second and third one, which I read Reckless first. If you haven't seen any of my other videos, Reckless was the first romance book that I've ever really read, and that was a great experience for me. So I've been trying to finish Chestnut Springs, so I got the second and third one. And of these 2, I prefer Powerless. I really like Childhood Friends to Lovers, and I feel like Elsie does it really well. I mean, I haven't read that many Childhood Friends to Lovers, but I love the delivery of this and Wild Love so much. So much. So Powerless, actually, we'll talk about Heartless first, because I read Heartless first. It comes before Powerless in the series. Reckless was the only one that I read out of order, but Heartless, I also really love this book. I think Willa is my favorite female main character so far of the Chestnut Springs universe, at least, because I really like Rosie from Rose Hill, but Willa is amazing, and of course she's Ford Grant from Wild Love's sister, so of course it just runs in the family, I guess. But Heartless, if you haven't heard of it, is a single dad and the nanny romance. And Cade is like a grumpy older man. I think he's like in his late 30s, and Willa is like 25, I believe. Okay, it doesn't say how old she is, but he's 13 years older than her, and he's like a grumpy rancher man. And she doesn't have like a solid career. That's why she's being his nanny. Hopefully that's not too much of a spoiler. But anyways, Willa just happens to become Cade's nanny. And yeah, he kind of hates her at first, but it's really cute. It's really good. If you have not been sold on Chestnut Springs yet, and you're open to cowboy romances, I would like to sell you on it. Also, most of Elsie Silver's books, like, the men are not cowboys. Like, there's only a few that are actual, like, rancher, like, cowboys. And, like, I get it if you don't want anything involved with, like, farming and all that. But also, like, they're Canadian cowboys. Come on. Anyway, Powerless He's a hockey player. Yeah, I'm pretty sure she's like a ballet dancer. So they are obviously childhood friends. Jasper is basically best friends with all of the Eaton boys. He was like really close to all of them growing up, and Sloane is their cousin. So they spent a lot of time together. So they're childhood friends. And the book starts out with Sloane preparing to get married to another man. But that does not work out. And she finds Jasper. And they go on a road trip together. It's so good. So good. Oh my god. And like, Jasper's not like a grumpy man, but he is like kind of brooding and he has a lot of trauma, and I really like the way that it was executed in this book. I don't know. I didn't feel like Jasper was just like a walking red flag because his only personality trait was his trauma. So I really, really love this book so much. Oh my god. So good. And then second to last book that I read this month, I read on my Kobo. And that was The Night She Disappeared by Lisa Jewell. And I don't know. Let me find my Storygraph review. So basically, first of all, evidenced by the fact that I just had to look at the Storygraph review to even be able to think of anything to say about that book, I don't remember anything about it. So I finished it 3 weeks ago-ish. I literally don't remember a single thing about that book. Don't know. So, if that tells you anything, I know it's a thriller. It's like a mystery thriller. And from my Storygraph review, I know that I found it really predictable, and I, in fact, predicted it like halfway through, and then I was right. And the reveal didn't happen until like way later in the book, so I was just sitting there like waiting for it. I was like, I know what's gonna happen. You're just confirming to me that I already know what's gonna happen. Just tell me. Just like So it was kind of boring, personally. But God, I'm so sorry. I literally don't remember anything that happened. Anyway, the last book that I finished in April is The Hunger Games by Suzanne Collins, and this is a reread. This was one of my formative books growing up. I was in 5th grade, I think, when Mockingjay came out, and I read the whole series, and it just like became my everything. So I wanted to reread The Hunger Games so that I could read Sunrise on the Reaping, which I'm still planning on doing, of course. I also have to read The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes because I never read that when it came out. After I finished this and like halfway into Catching Fire, and it's literally not Catching Fire's fault. I don't even know, like, I think it's because I'm putting a lot of pressure on myself to like update the vlog a lot, and I'm trying to do a reading vlog of rereading The Hunger Games. I don't know if I said that. So I feel like maybe I'm putting too much pressure on myself to like update the vlog too often, and I just am like I halted myself from reading it basically. But I don't know, man. I love The Hunger Games so much though. Let me talk about the actual book. So I love this book. I mean, I think a lot of it could be nostalgia. Obviously, like, I can't really separate myself from that nostalgia and be objective. I read this book probably 5 times before I was 16, so, but, I mean, man, it's just really good, and it's just crazy, like, reading it nowadays, and just seeing, like, how much stuff in the media feels so dystopian. And maybe that's how it was back in the day. I was 12, so I don't really know. And by back in the day, I mean 2008. I was not 12 in 2008. But I'm pretty sure that was when The Hunger Games was published. It's just crazy, like, how much of it is so pertinent now, still. And, like, just trying to think, like, I would not be able to do The Hunger Games. That's fucking crazy. and they have 12-year-olds? 12? Suzanne, you're crazy for that. But it's real as fuck anyways. And like, just everything. It just feels so real, and I love it so much. Talking about it now is making me want to continue catching fire. But anyways, I have seen so many people, and I don't know if people are lying about the fact that they never read The Hunger Games. How did literally so many people never read it? Like, did you just not read in school? Did you not read anything other than what was assigned to you to read? What? And then some people haven't even seen the movies. What do you mean? My boyfriend hasn't even read it. I mean, at least he's seen the movies, but he hasn't read it. Y'all are missing out because, okay, I watched the movie like 2 days after I finished the book. Literally, like, my memory of the book was like wiped by the fact that I watched the movie a couple times more, and then it was more recent than I read the book. The book is so much better. Like, I was like describing the way that some of the scenes were different to my boyfriend, and he was like, I don't even understand why they changed some of that. Like, it just would have been better. Like, and he gets it. He gets it. And like, I understand a lot of things are harder to like portray on screen compared to with text. But still, like, it's just, man, the book is really good. The book is just really, really good. I don't think that any movie adaptation could have ever lived up to the book. And that's just what it is. So, oh my god, I dropped it. Also, guys, they're gonna make a matching edition of this for Sunrise on the Reaping, right? Because I'm kind of thinking I just want to get it on my Kobo until I have a matching one with the set. But that's all I have for the April wrap-up. I'm just yapping at this point. So spoilers for the May wrap-up, but I have not finished a single book yet this month, and it is the 8th, like I said earlier. So hopefully at the end of the month I finish some. I mean, I'm working on it. Like, I think I'm like 15% of the way into House of Flame and Shadow. It's just like really fucking long. Like, really long. So I don't know when I'm gonna finish that one. I need to just read like Catching Fire and a couple of other things in the meantime. I'm reading a bunch of nonfiction dog books on my Kobo as well. But Animal Crossing has just taken over my brain. Literally, I'm so sorry if you, like, literally if you don't care about this, I don't care. You can click off. But I am gonna talk about Animal Crossing for a little bit because that's been all that I've been doing for the last month. And I feel like the amount of people that read and the amount of people that play Animal Crossing that's probably a pretty close Venn diagram. But anyway, so I got an English patch for Dubutsu no Mori E+, which is the Japanese like re-release of Animal Crossing for the GameCube. I got an English patch for it for an emulator on my computer, and I've been playing it, and it's so fun. A lot of the dialogue is not translated yet, and the guy who is making the English patch, I believe, is working on like completely decompiling Dobutsu no Mori E+, so that he can like make the wheel keyboard into a normal keyboard, I'm pretty sure, which is sick. So awesome. But anyways, I don't even care that most of the dialogue is not translated. It's just so fun. Like, and you can have 15 villagers in the GameCube town, and on the E+, there's like the early version of public works projects from New Leaf, basically. It's so cool. And you can find it on the Internet Archive. But anyways, I've been, like, New Leaf and Animal Crossing New Horizons have literally taken over all of my time. I don't think I've ever gone this hard on decorating in New Horizons. I reset my island so many times. I've literally gotten an island to 4 star or 3 stars probably 40 separate times. I'm not joking. 40 different times. I just like can't commit to an island, but I've done it this time and I'm so happy. I'm so excited. It's going so well. And I really want a villager hunt tonight, so I'm gonna wrap this up so I can edit it and post it. I will see you guys whenever I see ya. Bye.